Attention, attention, all officials, please take your place, especially Marek Matela. This is from Supervisor News. Thank you. For official time.
Well, hello and a very warm welcome to Kielce in Poland, where you join us for the opening day of
Ladies and gentlemen,
competition
ring A
in the
to
2021
red corner,
AIBA
representing
Men's and
Thailand.
Women's World Boxing
SRISAWAS,
Championships.
Noppaket.
We're in the beautiful city of Kielce in south-central Poland, about 180 kilometers south of the Polish capital, Warsaw. It's an historic city, famous for its minerals such as limestones and metal like lead,
corner,
copper and iron. But over the
Italy,
next 11
CACCAMO,
days, 10 days of
Michela.
competition, the best youth boxers in the world will be in pursuit of the precious metals of gold, silver and bronze. 414 boxers from some 52 national Olympic committees around the world will be showcasing their skills in the two boxing rings here at the Hala Legionov, this beautiful modern multi-purpose sports facility that for the next 11 days will be the
Now it's
focal
time
point
for judges.
of Olympic
Judge
style
number 1,
boxing in
Scotland.
the world.
Judge 2, Ukraine. Judge 3,
Got 114
Judge 4,
women, 40
Argentina.
women,
Judge 5,
274
Kazakhstan.
men
Referee,
competing.
Ruiz
And the action
USA.
underway immediately. We've got action in the form of 11 bouts, and here is the competitor from Thailand, Noppaket SRISAWAS. She's the boxer wearing red. Her opponent, Michela, CACCAMO. My name's Ronald McIntosh. I'll be your commentator here in Ring A. As you can see from that beauty shot, there are 2 rings in operation here at the Hala Legionov. And here, the 5 judges who will preside over this one, the opening bout of the 2021 AIBA Youth World Boxing Championships for women and men. Sean Reese of the United States of America is the referee. Head guards in effect for youth boxers. All of the athletes here aged 17 to 19.
Seconds out, Rinkolne. First round.
And the first bout of the 2021 Youth World Championships is underway, and it's a terrific start from the boxer wearing blue, Michela CACCAMO from Italy. Immediately up on her toes and looking to establish that left jab. Her opponent wearing red is Noppaket SRISAWAS from Thailand. Three-minute rounds, remember. 5 scoring judges using the 10-point must system. And the boxer wearing blue looking to establish her lead left hand immediately. Most fundamental punch in the sport of boxing. Using it to set up her other offense, but she's been countered by that same shot by SRISAWAS. Nice reverse 1-2 there from the boxer in Thailand. The final left hand did get through, but look at that for a rapier-like straight 1-2 straight down the middle from CACCAMO. And there you see the evidence of how disruptive a left jab can be. CACCAMO just catching the boxer in red as she's looking to advance, and that causes her to stop in her track. She has to reset her feet and try and come again. This is action in the 54-kilogram bantamweight division. 20 boxers in operation in this particular weight division. CACCAMO just short with an attempted 1-2 there. SRISAWAS again short with her own attempted offense as the boxers exchanging shots. The right hand of SRISAWAS was an effective one. SRISAWAS momentarily turning southpaw. Good right hand to the body by the boxer in red, and using backward movement while scoring with the left hand as well. But there's another textbook left jab landed by CACCAMO. Just over 2 minutes gone, and that left hand is a really notable shot from the boxer in blue, getting onto the front foot here, trying to force SRISAWAS back. She's trying to get herself out of the corner, but she's been picked off repeatedly by an accurate left hand. CACCAMO dropped to the body effectively as well. SRISAWAS trying to counter with the same shot. And as she went down to the body, she was met by another lead left hand once again. Launching a big backhand, but it was long from SRISAWAS. She did score with a good left hand to the elbow, and then a good left jab, which was a jolting shot of her own, the boxer in red. And just as the 10-second clapper sounds here on ring A, that's a beautiful left hand to the body from SRISAWAS, perhaps the most eye-catching shot of the entire 3 minutes, but then she was countered by a salvo from CACCAMO just before the bell. So some of the action then from that opening round is what is a highly anticipated contest in this 54-kilogram bantamweight division. There's evidence of the beautiful left hand that served CACCAMO so well during the opening 3 minutes. Make no mistake, SRISAWAS had her moments as well. We will be treated to the scores of the 5 scoring judges seated ringside publicly as soon as they are available. But a competitive opening round of boxing between 2 talented operators.
Second round.
So the second round underway then. Not able to bring you the scores as we would have hoped at the conclusion of that opening 3 minutes, but it's a brisk start to the second round by both boxers. SRISAWAS is a Thailand National Youth Games winner. Italy's Michela CACCAMO and her combining to provide for one of the most anticipated contests of the opening day of action here in Kielce. You can see SRISAWAS trying to close the distance, but she's being inconvenienced by the straight punches. There she had a good success without reply, particularly with the right hand. No seeding in this tournament, and so it really does come down to the luck of the draw, because the top two contenders, as SRISAWAS beginning to find a range with her own left hand. In elite competitions, those for boxers over the age of 19, as SRISAWAS pours forward with a left, right, and then follows with another left once again. And CACCAMO not having the same success with the lead left hand that served her so well during the opening 3 minutes. She sustained an injury to the nose. Referee will be keeping a close eye on that, as SRISAWAS finds a range with a good right hand, but she runs straight into a ramrod left from CACCAMO. CACCAMO drops down with a nice left hand to the body. Just beyond the midpoint of the second round, and the action really heating up here in this first bout of Kielce 2021. Nice left hand from CACCAMO, catching SRISAWAS as she was bobbing and weaving. SRISAWAS looking altogether more comfortable, composed and relaxed in this second round, demonstrating that characteristic roll of the left shoulder. Two boxers exchanging jabs there. These boxers have been waiting a long time. There's been the pomp and ceremony of the opening ceremony here at the Halle Legionov. Exchange of jabs once again, and then a beautiful left hand led off the second phase attack from CACCAMO. There was a good response from SRISAWAS. And plenty of give and take, each boxer looking to counter or reply as soon as they are put on the end of offense, just like that. But it was a two-shot salvo from SRISAWAS, followed by a single-shot response from CACCAMO. Terrific action as we approach the 10-second clapper of this second round. So there is the 10-second clapper. On the resumption, it was a good left jab from CACCAMO. All action, 3 minutes. What is proving to be a cracking opening contest. And again, it's been a lengthy wait for these boxers. They will have been aware of all of the ceremony that was on view during a terrific opening ceremony provided by the youngsters of the city of Kielce. Dance troops, drummers, singers, all in attendance, along with speeches from dignitaries as well. But they would have just been awaiting the knock on the door and the opening bell to answer. And my goodness, aren't they providing a magnificent spectacle during the course of this opening contest? CACCAMO.
Seconds out. Third round.
So into the third and final round of a contest that could well be in the balance, because it's been a terrific, competitive opening 2 rounds of boxing. And what we're seeing in the opening 10 seconds here typifies what we've witnessed so far. Now trying to tuck up tightly is CACCAMO, boxing behind high-held hands, but then she was put on the end of another left jab and then a right hand over the top of her own left. SRISAWAS remaining composed and looking to find the gap with straight punches, trying to present a different look now by bobbing and weaving and using semaphore with the hands is CACCAMO in blue. Onto the back foot for one of the few times in the contest, or since the opening round when she was forced onto the back foot, but SRISAWAS adopting that posture now. And beautiful punches on the inside, mid-range success from the boxer in red. But terrific exchanges once again, good work to the body by CACCAMO. So just over a minute gone in the second round. CACCAMO looking to hold her feet as SRISAWAS attempts to force her backwards. SRISAWAS momentarily turning southpaw, but not throwing a shot from the port-sided stance. Straight shots being exchanged once again. And SRISAWAS just being put on the end of a cluster of punches. She did counter with a single shot, but that was after she was put on the receiving end of a combination. The blood continuing to leak from the nose injury sustained by Michela CACCAMO in the second round. SRISAWAS trying to keep her head down, but that head proving to be something of a target that CACCAMO is targeting effectively here. Less than a minute to go. Left hook attempted from SRISAWAS was long. Good 1-2 combination from SRISAWAS was the more eye-catching cluster in that exchange. Left hand from CACCAMO catching SRISAWAS as she was backing up. Neither boxer looking to clinch, neither boxer looking to gain a breather. Progression through to the second preliminary round is the prize that awaits the victor. As the boxers being encouraged by their respective corners. Less than 20 seconds to go now in this third and final round. Beautiful left hand once again from CACCAMO. And who can produce a rousing finish in a contest which has been incredibly keenly contested. CACCAMO onto the front foot. SRISAWAS looking to retreat and find some space, but a fantastic contest to open the tournament here in Kielce. Noppaket SRISAWAS of Thailand and Michela CACCAMO combining to produce a really impressive spectacle in the contest to open the action here in Ring A. So some of the action then is we are still getting the sound from the live action, which is slowed down, which is rather disconcerting to say the least. That sound should be turned off by our technical team. I'm sure they'll get on that just as soon as we can. But now the boxers to center ring awaiting the verdict at the conclusion of this opening bantamweight contest.
Ring A, winner by split decision is red corner.
Well, it's gone to
Thailand,
Noppaket SRISAWAS,
Noppaket.
a 4-1 split decision winner. You can see how tight it was.
Thank you for this bout.
Very keenly contested affair.
Ring A. Now
And it is
it's time
SRISAWAS
for
who
next
progresses.
bout number 2. Ring A.
Satisfaction in that red corner for a job well done.
In red corner, representing Belarus, Iryna VINAHRADAVA.
And there is how the action broke down. Well, a 10-8 round in the third. Suggesting dominance. That's not what I saw, but that is what the observer, Ravi Rai from Scotland,
Blue corner, representing
witnessed in round
Nepal.
number 3.
KHADKA Sumina. Judges of bout number 2. Judge 1, Czech Republic. Judge 2, Taipei. Judge 3, Kyrgyzstan. Judge 4, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Judge 5, Italy. Referee, Argentina. Villarino Manuel.
So there is the boxer in the red corner for our next contest from Belarus, Iryna VINAHRADAVA. And her opponent from Nepal is Sumina KHADKA. So we've got judges from the Czech Republic, Chinese Taipei, Kyrgyzstan, Bosnia-Herzegovina and Italy seated around the boxing ring, the 5 observers who will be scoring this one using the 10-point must system. So there is a look at Sumina KHADKA, 19 years of age, second in the Youth National Championships in 2019. Manuel Villarano of Argentina is the referee. We're about ready for the start of action.
Seconds out. Round 1.
So the action in the 54-kilogram bantamweight division continues, and it's a blistering start by the boxer wearing blue. That is Sumina KHADKA from Nepal, 19 years of age, got onto the front foot immediately, but was met by a calm, composed right-hand pot shot from the boxer wearing red, and that is Iryna VINAHRADAVA. VINAHRADAVA comes here highly decorated. National Youth Championship silver medalist at 54 kilograms in 2020. 2 years before that, she was a junior champion down at 48 kilograms. And of course, athletes at this age still developing, still maturing physically, going through the weight divisions, of course. Contrasting styles. You see VINAHRADAVA with that left hand down by her belt line, edging forward incrementally. Beautiful right hand by the boxer in red, the Nepalese boxer. More bustling figure, trying to hold her ground, score a counter, but she's put on the end of a glancing right hand once again. Left-right success from KHADKA, and then a right hand over the top in a counter to a backhand success from VINAHRADAVA. So again, it's an all-action opening minute here in the 54-kilogram bantamweight division. So the boxers allowing the referee allowing the two boxers to work away, and then on a command of break, just had to speak to KHADKA about throwing her opponent off on that command. Referees, of course, in AIBA boxing use just 4 commands: stop, box, break, and time. As KHADKA short of the distance with the right hand, and then was hit by a beautiful left, which was the second shot in a reverse 1-2 salvo from VINAHRADAVA. Nice counter right hand landed by KHADKA, but that was countered immediately by a left, as it was an eye-catching right hand to the body landed by the boxer in red, VINAHRADAVA, two-time Belarusian national champion in the junior and youth ranks. Head movement proffered by KHADKA, short of the range on that attempted 1-2. Beautiful reverse 1-2 once again by VINAHRADAVA. Straight right hand followed by a looping left around the corner, and the left hand swiveled the head to the side of KHADKA. Nice left hand lead landed by the boxer in blue. Counter right hand wasn't too far away from KHADKA either. Nice left hand again landed by VINAHRADAVA after the right hand went long behind the head guard of KHADKA. And on the 10-second clapper, VINAHRADAVA noticeably quickening her feet and landing with a final left jab before the sound of the bell.
А ты раз-два еще туда, она что же назад? Вот ты еще двойку вторую запускать. Понятно? Не верь, раз на боковой. Пошел оттуда. Снизу подними правый, поняла? Увереннее.
Seconds out. Second round.
So into the second round then. An action-packed opening round filled with quality. Nice layback employed by VINAHRADAVA to make KHADKA fall short. KHADKA falling short once again, then caught with a stiff right cross. her response wasn't as eye-catching, the boxer in blue. So beautiful single shot once again from VINAHRADAVA, catching KHADKA as she was attempting to advance, but there's a nice left jab landed by the boxer in blue. So effective movement once again by VINAHRADAVA. She's demonstrating good use of the feet and then employing the layback effectively, making that shot miss by a millimeter. But of course, if it doesn't make, oh, that's a beautiful left uppercut landed by the boxer in red. But again, VINAHRADAVA showing many facets to her game here. She was caught by a lead right hand as KHADKA came forwards. VINAHRADAVA content to stand in the pocket during that previous few seconds, just bob and weave in front of her opponent. So again, the referee allowing the boxers to work away. Neither athlete was really taking advantage of the opportunity to do so. As KHADKA coming forwards with industry, but her accuracy just declining on that previous forward foray. You see the referee reminding the boxers of their responsibility to engage as KHADKA lands a good right hand on the boxer in red. There's a right hand in response from VINAHRADAVA, but it was countered by a left from KHADKA. Lead screw shot once again from VINAHRADAVA, turning that left hand underneath and jolting the head back of the boxer in blue. KHADKA did try to respond. So there's an impressive little left hand landed there by KHADKA, excuse me, by VINAHRADAVA, catching KHADKA as she came in, and then the referee just speaking to VINAHRADAVA about that illegal tactic of turning the shoulder into the head of her opponent. Both boxers off target there as VINAHRADAVA's shots were blocked, and then KHADKA's shots went over the top of VINAHRADAVA's head. Closing seconds of the second round. Stiff straight shot jolts the head back of KHADKA. Same success once again as she triggers off with the feet. She's been running to straight single punches that completely stop her momentum and cause her to have to reset. She's looking to regain her shape. KHADKA, after some single shot success, catching her as she was advancing from VINAHRADAVA. So some of the action from that second round.
Ничего ж просто очень. Левый раз-два, и все там. А что ты назад отпрыгиваешь? Левый бьешь и назад. Собери было, не ломай. Третий раунд.
Seconds out.
Ну провали со степ, лево, вправо провали.
Round 3.
So the third and final round, we've just got a call of time because we need some attention to the headgear of KHADKA. Well, the referee happy that despite the ponytail protruding, it's not going to interfere either with KHADKA or her opponent. And on the call of time and box, it is KHADKA who is stepping on the gas and trying to quicken the tempo, but look at the response that brings from VINAHRADAVA. KHADKA, second place in the Women's National Youth Championships in 2019. And she was a youth novice national championship winner the year before that at 51 kilograms. So again, she continues to mature as an athlete, going through the weight divisions, here competing on the global stage in the 54 kilogram bantamweight division, landing a good left hand there, catching VINAHRADAVA, and then a beautiful right hand just causes VINAHRADAVA to become disorganized. Well, that's another stern talking to from the referee in the direction of VINAHRADAVA, and on the resumption, VINAHRADAVA, while she's losing her shape here, she's looking rather distressed. She almost turned her back, which is, of course, not permitted in the sport of boxing. Now she's got her legs back beneath her. But it's KHADKA who's looking to come on strong as we approach the midpoint of this final round. Languid right hand from VINAHRADAVA lands over the top. Here's a left jab as VINAHRADAVA just looking to get her boxing stance back beneath her. Success from both boxers there as they came together in an exchange. VINAHRADAVA looking to hold on, looking to initiate these clinches. KHADKA's looking to work away on the inside, pushes her opponent off and lands with a cracking 1-2 combination. The right hand causing VINAHRADAVA to adjust her headgear. And now success to the body and another right hand success over the top from KHADKA, who's looking to pour forwards now and really pile on the pressure with just a minute to go in the third and final round. VINAHRADAVA will be aware that she was put under significant pressure for a sustained period of the round. She's looking to get her own get back, as Roy Jones Jr. used to say, and she's had a success with a couple of right hands, but KHADKA continuing to pour forwards as she's looking to work away at short and mid-range. So nice counter left hand or lead left hand landed by VINAHRADAVA, and use of the feet just got her out of the way before KHADKA could get her own offense off. So a fascinating round, this one. KHADKA with plenty of eye-catching success over the previous 30 seconds or so. VINAHRADAVA has scored with some notable singles. That's a beautiful right hand over the top from the boxer in red, but it doesn't deter KHADKA, who's continuing to pour forwards just above our commentary position, pinning VINAHRADAVA over the ropes and looking to work away. Right hand on the back foot from VINAHRADAVA is an effective shot, and another one pivots off the ropes. A terrific contest for the second bout of the day here in Ring A. Strong third round produced by Sumina KHADKA. And at one point in that round, she really did make VINAHRADAVA look uncomfortable, caused her to become disorganized, but credit to VINAHRADAVA because she got her composure back once again and produced some terrific punch picking in the closing stages of that third and final round. So both boxers to center ring. We will now get the verdict at the conclusion of that bout.
Winner by unanimous decision is red corner, Belarus, Iryna VINAHRADAVA.
So Iryna VINAHRADAVA, the reigning National Youth Championship silver medalist, a unanimous points decision winner over her opponent from Nepal, Sumina KHADKA. Gave it a terrific go. Competed with real intent, particularly in the third and final round. Plenty of effectiveness as well. But the punch picking of Iryna VINAHRADAVA sees her go through to the next preliminary round. She'll face off against Jennifer Pardo of Ecuador, who's the beneficiary of a bye. That contest scheduled for the evening session on the 15th of April in 2 days' time.
Ring A, red corner, representing India, Poonam.
So we turn our attention now to the women's 57 kilogram featherweight division. And here is the Indian representative,
ARBOLEDA, Mendoza, Valeria. Judges, Judge 1, Hungary, Judge 2, Moldavia, Judge 3, Croatia, Judge 4, Masra, Judge 5, Scotland.
Coming here as the
Italy,
Asian Youth
Luca
Champion.
Vadilonga.
Moved up to the featherweight division at 57 kilograms, undefeated to this point in her career. As we see the judges from Hungary, Moldova, Croatia, Malaysia, and Scotland, the 5 observers who will be presiding over this one. And here's her opponent from Colombia, Valeria Arboleda. From Bogota, started boxing in 2016 and comes in here as the reigning Youth National Championship. There's a Youth National Championship gold medalist. That title won earlier this year. And en route to that gold medal bout, at the semi-final stage, she scored a second round stoppage over Annie Paez. So packs a little bit of a punch. There's the Youth National Champion and has taken that title for the previous couple of years. Multiple national successes on the gold medal podium for the boxer wearing blue, but the opponent wearing red is a formidable operator indeed. Gold medalist at the Asian Youth Championships in Mongolia, in Ulaanbaatar in Mongolia, down at 54 kilograms, but she's made a good transition to the higher weight class.
Seconds out. Round one.
So we're underway then in the opening bout of the women's 57 kilogram featherweight tournament. 18 boxers comprising this particular weight bracket, and the slightly taller figure wearing red is the undefeated star boxer from India, Poonam. Took continental gold at 54 kilograms, here competing at 57 kilograms. Her opponent from Colombia, Valeria Arboleda, multiple national champion in her homeland. And what a fantastic contest this one is promising to be. Two rapier straight punches. Both of them, you can see, possess plenty of range and like to use straight shots as part of their offensive repertoire. Right on cue, a beautiful right hand out of the orthodox stance from Poonam, causing the boxer in blue to have to adjust the sight line on her head guard. Same shot, same success once again from Poonam, who has found her timing immediately. Just over a minute gone in the opening round, and Poonam landing that right hand as though it's guided by laser, but as she landed a right, she was countered by a left from Arboleda. And again, with no seeding, not uncommon in youth championships for two quality individuals to meet in the opening round. So nice defensive maneuvers from the taller Poonam to cause that effective attempted combination to go over her head. Right hand lead from Poonam wasn't on target. The referee just calling the command of stop to remind the boxers of their responsibility to keep their heads up. Beautiful right, left combination from Poonam, shooting that left jab from around her torso and then following up with a cracking straight right hand. Arboleda coming forwards, but her offense nullified somewhat by the foot movement and then holding tactic employed by the boxer in red. So a terrific exchange at center ring. Both boxers having success, but the final word and then the subsequent word landed by Poonam. Accurate punches being picked by both of these boxers during that terrific exchange. Now, this is confusion that can often come with two rings, because the Colombian coach thought he heard the bell, but I think that was the 10-second clapper from ring B. And on the resumption, Poonam with more success with that brilliant backhand. There's the same shot in evidence once again. Action heating up on the 10-second clapper. That one is from ring A. But of course, stepping onto the ring apron during a contest from one of the seconds is an infringement. But the referee in the ring officiating effectively there, using common sense. It's a mistake that can happen when there are two rings in operation. And rather than applying the letter of the law, which stepping up onto the apron during the action can result in a disqualification, it can of course be a signal for abandonment as well. Discretion was employed. And so no harm done as we take a look at some of the action. But there's an example of the defensive maneuvers with the head movement and dipping at the knees from Poonam. Same move from a different angle, but she was really accurate with her right hand. ARBOLEDA enjoyed her moments. But the greater volume of success from my vantage point there at ringside came from the boxer in red, and they combined for a notable exchange. And the contest really caught fire.
Round 2.
Inside the final minute. So into the second round then. Bustling punches to the body by ARBOLEDA to begin the second frame. Beautiful right hand over the top in response from Poonam. She's countered by 2 straight shots down the middle from ARBOLEDA in blue. Firefight being produced by these two, and once again it's Poonam using that brilliant right hand to take the initiative during the course of these exchanges. Spoken to by the referee about the illegal tactic of pushing off, as she's looking to get the boxer to her range. Oh, beautiful right hand underneath from ARBOLEDA, catching the advancing Poonam. But it's Poonam in center ring. ARBOLEDA circumnavigating the perimeter of the ring. Poonam looking for the right hand once again, which has served her so well, but not accurate during the course of that particular cluster of punches. There she goes for it once more, and the second right hand did land, and each time it lands, it's inconveniencing the boxer in blue. She's having to adjust her headgear once again. Doesn't want to be unsighted. Encouragement coming from the corners of the respective boxers. Right hand from ARBOLEDA wasn't too far away. The final shot in that group of punches. Just beyond the halfway stage of the second round. So Poonam just fencing with that lead left hand, trying to lure ARBOLEDA forwards. ARBOLEDA obliged, didn't really have any success in finding her range. Head guard just a little bit askew once again. As Poonam spoken to about turning her back on her opponents. Last time she was trying to employ the spin move. So nice defensive maneuvers once again from Poonam after her own 1-2 combination. It didn't find a range, but she evaded the counter by dipping down beneath the shots of the boxer in blue. Right hand lead not too far away as from Poonam, as ARBOLEDA's right hand goes harmlessly over the shoulder of the boxer in red. Oh, beautiful counter right uppercut from ARBOLEDA, catching Poonam as she came in behind her thrown straight punches. Poonam aware of that, and look at the response it brings about. She tried to pin ARBOLEDA to the ropes and get busy with her own combination of shots.
Very good, very good.
So there was the good work to the torso from ARBOLEDA, but it was countered by the straight shot arsenal of the boxer in red. So we take a look at some of the action from the second round.
Seconds out.
Valeria, con todo. Inteligente. Last round aquí.
Third round.
So into the third and final round then of what has been an action-packed contest so far. Poonam, the slightly taller of these two very tall featherweight boxers. ARBOLEDA just looking to block the lead punches of the boxer in red before countering with her own. She's been effective with the blocking, but hasn't found a range with her counters. Poonam using her feet just to edge ARBOLEDA to the confined position against the ropes, but ARBOLEDA, well, she's got it back to the ropes there and was picked off by a straight salvo once again.
Valeria, no agarres. तू बाहर निकल हां ये बहुत अच्छे इसने बाहर निकलना है अपने आप को बिल्कुल ईजी होके जब भी मारती है 3-4 मार बस हां बहुत अच्छे बहुत बढ़िया ये बहुत अच्छे वेरी गुड टक राइट टक लेफ्ट हां साइड में निकल जाया कर बोला साइड में अपना अटैक करके साइड निकल जा
So beyond the midpoint of the third and final round, Poonam looking for that arcing right hand over the top. She's trying to counter ARBOLEDA, but it hasn't really been a tactic through this third round that has brought sustained success. She's waiting for the lead, trying to counter it. And even though she's been effective in blocking some of the offense from the boxer in red, she hasn't found the mark with her own offense, just as evidenced by that there. She's continuing with a second phase attack though, and as she drove Poonam back across the ring, there was some success during that march forwards. Going to the body effectively was Poonam just a few moments ago, then landing with a jolting right hand upstairs. Beautiful 1-2, crisp and clean from Poonam once again. And those type of eye-catching punches will really resonate with the 5 judges seated ringside. Poonam just playing with the distance, lengthening out that left hand. Closing seconds of the third and final round. And again, we'll be going to the scorecards as well. ARBOLEDA lands a good right hand in pursuit of the knockout that I think she needs, given what has transpired over the rounds that preceded that. But a terrific performance from the Asian youth champion down at 54 kilograms. Poonam opening her account with a very good display, but these two boxers combining to produce a good spectacle. Plenty of action, crisp punch picking in evidence as well, but most of the crisp punches from my vantage point here at ringside in Kielce came from Poonam. Though ARBOLEDA played her part in what was a very pleasing affair indeed. So, boxers to center ring, let's get the verdict.
Winner by unanimous decision, ring A, is red corner, Poonam, India.
So in the opening bout of the women's 57 kilogram featherweight tournament, it is Poonam who prevails by unanimous points decision victory. Very good display indeed from her. And she goes through to the next round of the women's featherweight tournament. That contest will take place tomorrow evening. We shall face off against Bita Varga from Hungary. So that's what's happening backstage here in Kielce. 11 bouts scheduled for this opening day of action. 4 women's bouts. Followed by 7 men's bouts across the bantamweight and welterweight divisions. While in the women's tournament, we move up to the 60 kilogram lightweight division. The next contest will feature boxers from Italy and the host nation, Poland. So the boxers making sure that they are warmed up and ready to go. So once that opening bell sounds, they can answer it with accuracy, aggression, making sure that they've got a good sweat on, making sure that their timing is as they want it to be. all part of the preparation for competing on this global stage here in Kielce. So that gives you an idea as to the staging here at the Halle Legionov, facility that was opened in 2006, and it really is a magnificent all-purpose sports facility. You can see those shots backstage. It's got that terrific high ceiling, allows for plenty of light. It's got a capacity of just over 4,000. Handball is a sport that features regularly here, but it's capable of hosting a multitude of indoor sports. It really is a fantastic venue. First time that Poland has hosted an AIBA World Boxing Championships. But of course, given this nation's love affair with sports of all entities, well, they've demonstrated their prowess in hosting global and multinational competitions previously. But quite a coup for them to be hosting a global boxing championship.
Red corner, representing
youth men
Italy,
and women in 2020.
GOLINO, Daniela.
So here is Daniela GOLINO.
Blue corner,
Italian representative.
representing Poland.
Approaching the ring for her
ROZKOSZEK,
bout
Izabela,
of the tournament.
Małgorzata.
Her opponent is Izabela ROZKOSZEK. Polish representative wearing blue. Comes in off a success at the Multinations tournament in Germany, the Brandenburg Gate Youth Tournament.
United States.
Coming away with a gold medal earlier
India.
this year.
Judge 4,
And last
Ukraine.
year,
Judge 5, Czech
national
Republic.
championship success,
Referee,
following
Singapore.
on from the European
Vladimir
silver medal
Anargitananan.
at 57 kilograms down at featherweight. So she stepped up to a higher weight division here as ROZKOSZEK. But how much inspiration will she have from competing in a global tournament in her home nation? Here is Daniela GOLINO. She too a national youth champion, having stood atop the podium in 2020. Plenty of continental success under her belt as well, because in 2019, as we see a look at the judges from Kazakhstan, United States of America, India, Ukraine, and the Czech Republic, but GOLINO was a continental medalist in 2019 at the Youth Championships in Sofia, coming away with a silver medal down at 57 kilograms. So plenty of experience beneath the belt of both of these boxers.
Seconds out.
And we are underway. 60 kilogram lightweight action between boxers from Italy and Poland. And in boxing, Olympic style boxing, beautiful left hand landed by GOLINO. But in Olympic style boxing, where the athletes must wear red or blue, it's perhaps counterintuitive to see the Azzurri of Italy wearing red and the red and white flag of Poland competing in the blue. But that's what we've got here. The Italian boxer, Daniela GOLINO, a European Championship silver medalist in the youth category, facing off against a boxer with identical credentials, competing in those continental tournaments a year apart or enjoying their successes a year apart. And that is why we are seeing an opening minute or so of such accomplished boxing here. GOLINO remaining patient, looking to employ the layback and score with a counter left hand. There was a pecking right hand, nothing on it, but it may well have landed with sufficient force to be considered a scoring blow. And then GOLINO, hands down by a belt line, just shooting up. Languid shots, but they're finding the mark. As ROZKOSZEK trying to close the distance and find a home for her own punches. On the resumption is a cracking left hand, which is the final word from ROZKOSZEK. Plenty of feinting with the feet from both boxers. They come together once again and exchange shots. The final left hook from GOLINO was an eye-catching shot, looking for the same shot with less force once again, and then just scoring with a feather-light right hand. But look at the accuracy as she comes forward with a left-right success once again. Left hand on the retreat is a nice left jab from the boxer in red. She landed with that shot twice. So ROZKOSZEK again looking to close the distance. So both boxers keen to get back into the breach, but they have to wait for the command of box. GOLINO with a 3-shot success. Final shot was a straight right hand. ROZKOSZEK bustling forwards, but look how she's being picked off. Not by hard punches, but they're accurate scoring punches. Left, right once again from GOLINO, and then a right hand as she skips away to her right. Terrific punch picking from the boxer in red through this portion of the round. And she's doing it while making ROZKOSZEK miss. ROZKOSZEK comes forward, tries to pin GOLINO to the ropes. But GOLINO moving laterally very effectively indeed and piercing the guard of the boxer in blue with 2 lashing straight shots once again. So terrific action in that first round. Both boxers enjoying plenty of success, but GOLINO really did find her rhythm and range, got up on her toes, and was picking off ROZKOSZEK, inconveniencing her with accurate single or combination punches. This is how she was moving invariably for the majority of the round. There you see she did take a left hand from ROZKOSZEK. How will the 5 scoring judges see that one? ROZKOSZEK remaining seated or electing to sit. GOLINO electing to remain on her feet. During the 60-second interval permitted in between rounds. But as the seconds clear the ring, both boxers showing that they're ready to resume the battle. Second round. In a contest between 2 quality operators here, fighting for a place to progress through to the round of 16. And GOLINO, after she was inconvenienced, just came back with effective offense of her own. ROZKOSZEK looking to target the body. ROZKOSZEK coming forward behind high-held gloves now, targeting the torso once again. More pecking, poking punches landed with the left hand from GOLINO. Terrific penetration of the guard from GOLINO, but then there was a good right hand landed around the corner from ROZKOSZEK. And there's the evidence of her accuracy once again from GOLINO, and then just swaying back, stepping back, using the ropes, catapulting to the space of center ring. Terrific ring generalship being demonstrated by the Italian boxer wearing red, making the woman in blue miss almost imperceptibly, but that single shot didn't miss from ROZKOSZEK, who's continuing to bore her way forwards and work away at short range, having terrific success with Bantam shots. Hooks whilst practically sitting on the torso of her opponent. Perhaps her best portion of the contest. Can she get back to that type of territory and maintain the educated pressure that served her so well during that previous phase of the round? Good right hand over the top landed by ROZKOSZEK. But GOLINO maintaining her composure, just skipping away to her left. But when she's backing away to the ropes, whereas previously she was able to get out of the way of the punches, increasingly She's being made to pay the price by taking one. Good left hand to the body, right hand through the middle of the guard from GOLINO. But having more success now, sustained success at getting into her own territory is ROZKOSZEK. GOLINO, is she being dragged into the type of contest that suits the more compact boxer in blue? Terrific exchange at center ring with less than a minute to go. And again, it's ROZKOSZEK who is getting into her territory and scoring both upstairs and downstairs with Bantam punches. So GOLINO pushing out that mouthpiece now. This contest becoming just a little bit more attritional as we are deep into the second round. It's been fought at quite a clip between these 60-kilogram lightweight boxers. ROZKOSZEK breathing through an open mouth as well. Who will be able to demonstrate the desire that both of them invariably possess in bucket loads in a bid to progress through to the round of 16. 18 boxers comprising the women's 60-kilogram lightweight tournament. And it is a toe-to-toe exchange to conclude the second round. Well, GOLINO electing to take a seat after that hard shift of an action-packed 3 minutes. But it was ROZKOSZEK who had more success in closing the distance where she was being picked off without reply. In the opening round, ROZKOSZEK, she really did have more success in getting into her own preferred territory and landing to both body and head. GOLINO had success too, but there were far more exchanges during the course of that contest, or the course of that round, and perhaps a real turnaround.
Seconds out.
In the fortunes of ROZKOSZEK, and she was able to apply far more sustained pressure.
Round 3.
So into the third and final round then. ROZKOSZEK perhaps entering this third and final frame with more momentum than GOLINO. And she's targeting shots just above the belt line of the boxer in red once again. But look at that double left hook dug in, partially blocked by the boxer in blue with the right glove. But ROZKOSZEK continuing to bob and weave her way forwards, made to miss with a left hook by some good movement with the feet from GOLINO. She was then picked off by the boxer who employed a sidestep, but ROZKOSZEK landing with a good left jab. It was an up jab, which jolted the head back of the boxer in red. Untidy on the inside. ROZKOSZEK looking to work away. GOLINO looking to employ that straight left hand again, but she's caught by a looping left over the top from ROZKOSZEK. Minute gone in the third and final round. Good right hand landed by GOLINO. Looking to establish that left jab once again. She turned it into an uppercut by whipping it underneath. But ROZKOSZEK proving very difficult to discourage here. Continuing to work her way forwards and go in pursuit of GOLINO, who seemed to me, made a point there of holding her feet in the face of the advancing boxer in blue and scored with a couple of punches. Good left, well, a left hand to the body attempted by GOLINO. Right hand was long from the boxer in red. The head of ROZKOSZEK going under the chin of the taller boxer. GOLINO looking to work on the inside, but just not able to tighten up those longer levers to find success with short punches. ROZKOSZEK did that once, twice with the right hand. Now GOLINO looking for straight shots once again. They're going long. Beautiful counter right hand by GOLINO. Well, ROZKOSZEK being spoken to about spinning around, but I think it was the right hand, the check right hand off the sidestep, which she tried to use there again, which caused her to lose her boxing stance. So ROZKOSZEK coming forward, but the left hook she attempted short of the mark. GOLINO finding some energy, getting up on her toes, able to increase the distance to stay away from the attacks that ROZKOSZEK is looking to launch. Closing seconds of the third and final round. Both boxers increasing the tempo on the sound of the 10-second clapper, but it's GOLINO who's having more success. Final light right hand landed by ROZKOSZEK. But GOLINO really responding well in the third and final round from my vantage point after ROZKOSZEK had terrific success in round number 2. So this one will be decided by the 5 scoring judges. Hard fought affair, that one, to open the women's 60-kilogram lightweight tournament.
Winner by unanimous decision. Red corner, Italy, GOLINO Daniela.
And it is Daniela GOLINO, the reigning Italian youth national champion, who has prevailed on points. A unanimous points decision verdict in her favor over the home boxer Izabela ROZKOSZEK. But the two of them, well, it made for an entertaining spectacle indeed. ROZKOSZEK having real success in the second round. That's where the contest really caught fire, but GOLINO responded magnificently, got back to her boxing in round number 3 and comes away with a unanimous point decision verdict. So plenty of interested spectators. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic of COVID-19, no spectators allowed in. But the delegations, well, all supporting their teammates. Of course, not all the boxers will be in action today. And remember, across the men's and women's tournaments, we have got 414 boxers from 52 national Olympic committees. Only 3 nations have got maximum full strength squads of 20 boxers, 10 for men, 10 for women. That is the host nation, Poland, along with Kazakhstan and Russia, with a boxer in each and every weight class across the 2 tournaments. But for boxers competing later today, or those who have boxed already, or indeed those boxing in subsequent days, all making their way here to the Halle Legionov, providing support for their teammates in this most individual of sports. Plenty of activity backstage. We're awaiting the start of the men's tournament. We've got action in the bantamweight and welterweight divisions to come. And here is confirmation of the bantamweight contest that is coming our way between boxers from Azerbaijan and Kyrgyzstan.
Ring A, red corner representing Azerbaijan, Azrak, BABIROV.
So 26 boxers comprise the men's bantamweight tournament bracket. And here is
Blue corner representing
man in the red corner,
Kyrgyzstan,
Azrak BABIROV. His opponent
Maksat ZHUSUPOV.
is from Kyrgyzstan, Maksat ZHUSUPOV.
Judge assignment, Judge 1, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Judge 2, Argentina. Judge 3, Hungary. Judge 4, Croatia. Judge 5, Taipei. Referee, United States of America, Rhys Shan.
So pounding his gloves in anticipation ahead of stepping into the ring is the boxer from Kyrgyzstan, Maksat ZHUSUPOV, up into the ring already. Having his headgear fitted is Azrak BABIROV from Azerbaijan, 18 years of age. From Baku. Comes here as the Youth National Championship silver medalist. 56 kilograms, the Azeri National Championships held last year. He's competed on the continental stage before at the European Youth Championships in Bulgaria in 2019, the year before his national championship silver medal success. His opponent from the Chul region, the Tui region of Kyrgyzstan, is Maksat ZHUSUPOV. Third place in the Lash National Championships in Kyrgyzstan, held in 2019. And we've got judges from Bosnia-Herzegovina, Argentina, Hungary, Croatia, and Chinese Taipei seated around the boxing ring, who will be scoring this one using the 10-point must system. Sean Reese of the United States of America is the referee. And when you see the difference in stature between these two individuals, well, no prizes for getting the tactics. This man, the more compact figure wearing red, Azrak BABIROV, has somehow got to find a way inside the longer reach of his opponent.
First round.
Wearing blue. So we're underway then. First bout of the men's world championships taking place in the 56 kilogram bantamweight division between boxers from Azerbaijan and Kyrgyzstan. The taller figure occupying center ring and looking to get to work with that long lead left hand is Maksat ZHUSUPOV, 18 years of age. National championship bronze medalist at 56 kilograms in 2019. A more compact figure wearing red is the Azeri Youth National Championship silver medalist, the man from Baku, is Azrak BABIROV. Looking to use, despite being a shorter man, a lead left hand to work his way in is BABIROV. Oh, good left hand after the right hand to the body was off the mark, but the more compact figure getting inside and scoring with an arcing left. So ZHUSUPOV up on his toes, remaining patient, but now he's looking to turn what was a lead left jab into a lead left hook. He's the more compact figure, BABIROV in red. Just making the taller figure fall short. You see again the feinting with the feet, just edging forwards and backwards, almost imperceptibly, incrementally. And then watch him use quick feet to uncoil a left hook like that. Terrific punch picking from BABIROV. Low-handed guard being proffered by ZHUSUPOV. But the quick feet of BABIROV serving him well indeed. Composure shown while being backed up by ZHUSUPOV. Landed with a good right hand while his back was to the ropes. Right hand over the top, not too far away from BABIROV. So wide-eyed and alert was ZHUSUPOV, but he was walked onto a looping right hand over the top from BABIROV. BABIROV looking to target the long torso, plenty of body to aim at on the boxer in blue. And that is what BABIROV was looking to pick off on his previous march forwards. So closing seconds of the opening round. Change of the feet. Just trying to bamboozle BABIROV, but he's having none of it and lands with a right hand lead over the top. Plenty of single shot successes from these two boxers as ZHUSUPOV lands with a right hand, looking to quicken the feet once again, but BABIROV is remaining concentrated in the face of this twinkle-toed attack that ZHUSUPOV was trying to launch. Very good opening round of boxing.
Передняя ручка хама постоянно. Так, так. Эй, жолып тұрсың, жөніп тұрасың, жолып салып отырсың.
So there was an effective shot off the back foot from Jusupov. Here you see him with that fancy movement with the feet, just trying to disrupt the concentration of Babirov, who came forward with a two-phase attack there. The first cluster of shots fell short, but he kept it going. And when Jusupov was backed up onto the ropes, well, he was picked off by a right hand over the top.
Seconds out, please.
One of the rare occasions that we saw that left jab lengthened out and Babirov put on the end of it.
Round
Will he be able to find the range more consistently as we go into the second round? So Jusupov looking to establish the range, but again, the explosive movement with the feet, carrying Babirov inside, and he lands with a right hand over the top. First and third boxing from the boxer in red, because in between his right hand successors, Jusupov landed with a right hand of his own. Beautifully timed right hand landed by Jusupov. So he triggered the initial attack from the boxer in red, and just as he was moving into range for his own attack, right hand came over the top and was right on the money. He's been trying to employ that tactic throughout. Sean Rees just has a word in Jusupov's direction about applying the arm bar. So again, who will lead off? There's a cracking left hand. Both boxers turning counter-puncher as we approach the midpoint of the second round. And when it was Jusupov who led off the exchange, it was a beautiful single left hand landed by the boxer in red. So right hand over the top was landed by Babirov, but then countered by Jusupov, who's remaining languid and loose-limbed. Just over a minute to go in this second round. Moving effectively laterally, both left and right. Babirov lands with an arcing left hand of his own as he got into his own punching range. Left hand to the body may have strayed low. There was no complaint from Jusupov. Right hand over the top and then a left hook around the corner landed by Babirov. Thudding right hand landed by Babirov may have been with the inside part of the glove rather than the correct knuckle part of the glove, rendering it a slap rather than a scoring blow, even though it landed solidly. Right hand over the top again from Babirov. Left hand counter from Jusupov wasn't too far away. Just wonder whether Jusupov is waiting too long to try and land his own offense. There's plenty of feinting, but not much in the way of accurate scoring punches being landed through this passage of the round. As again, he's waiting for the lead in this battle of patient counter punches. Left hand landed on the advance from Babirov. Glancing blow was landed by Jusupov. So some of the action then. Both boxers were waiting for the other to initiate the attacks. It was a good right hand over the top and another one during the course of that exchange, landed by Babirov. See him trying to measure with that right hand, but he's countered by a left hook as he's looking for his own success, Jusupov. While he was waiting to lead, he did have success on the counter there, catching the advancing Babirov. I just wonder whether there was a little bit too much posturing and not enough punching from Jusupov during the course of that second round. We're into the third and final round. And the familiar pattern resumes. of each boxer trying to draw the other one into initiating the attack. Nice pecking left jab landed by Yusupov. Oh, that's a cracking, arcing right hand over the top, landed by Babirov, and the same shot once again. Yusupov trying to counter, but the heavier, more eye-catching shots coming from the right flank from Babirov. Untidy maul as the boxers get into close range. Sean Rees just having to remind Yusupov that this isn't grappling. Right hand over the top again, followed by success to the body from Babirov, as again Yusupov continuing to wait. Did land a good left hook during that coming together. Solid shot landed to the torso by the boxer in red. As Babirov again trying to just bamboozle and bewitch the boxer in red, waving his hands out by his side. Hitting on the break, perhaps 6 of one and half a dozen of the other in terms of who was the guilty party there, but Babirov, as he lands with a good right hand once again. Yusupov darting in and out, did land with a good right hand as the boxers come together. It's becoming untidy in the third and final round. Arcing shot success once again from Yusupov. His head crashing into the face. Excuse me, from Babirov, his head crashing into the face of Yusupov. But Babirov just landing the more eye-catching work during that previous coming together. But now increasingly this contest being punctuated by holding and wrestling on the inside. It's invariably becoming one shot, and then they're falling into the chest of one another. Who can find some quality like that left hand landed by the boxer in red? Well, attempted 1-2 wasn't followed up by Yusupov. Made Babirov miss, but then didn't make him pay. There's another clinch. Calls for the intervention of the referee. Yusupov spoken to about not hitting and holding. So closing seconds of the third and final round. Left hand success from Babirov drives Yusupov backwards. And for my money, it's the boxer in red who has done enough to prevail in that contest. But of course, we will go to the verdict of the 5 scoring judges. Those the all-important scores that will determine who progresses through to the round of 16 in the bantamweight tournament. Well, Yusupov moved effectively throughout. Can see his preferred style is to be the counter-puncher and try and get his opponent onto the end of his straight shots, but invariably, when trying to draw the lead, he was beaten to the punch, and that happened repeatedly, just as we're seeing on that replay there. What say the 5 scoring judges? Let's get the official verdict with the boxers at center ring.
Winner by unanimous decision is red corner, Azrak Babirov.
And there's confirmation. Azrak Babirov of Azerbaijan, a unanimous points decision winner over Maksat Yusupov of Kyrgyzstan. And that's how he did it for the scoring judges. Very good display indeed. Yusupov, well, understandably disappointed to lose in the first round here in the global tournament, but it's a terrific experience for him, and he will continue to build toward as he works towards fulfilling his progress. Remember, both of these boxers still teenagers, as is every competitor in this tournament for boxers 17 to 19. So all 3 rounds scored in favor of Babirov for 3 of the 5 judges. 2-1 in favor of Babirov. for 2 of the judges, but all 5 judges scoring in favor of the man in red. Well, there's confirmation of the next contest. Will remain in the 56-kilogram bantamweight division,
red
and that will
corner,
feature boxers
representing
from Romania and Brazil.
Romania, PREDA Adrian.
So there is the man from
Blue
Romania,
corner, representing
born in
Brazil,
Bucharest,
CAPISTRANO
bronze
Pablo.
medalist in the European Youth Championships in Budva, Montenegro, down at 56 kilograms last year.
Judge assignments. Judge
Adrian
1,
Florin
Moldavia.
Preda.
Judge 2, Italy. Judge
Here
3,
is his opponent
India.
from Brazil,
Judge 4, Scotland.
Pablo
Judge
Alexander
5,
Maya
Macedonia.
Capistrano.
Referee, Kyrgyzstan.
Pablo
Mukash
Capistrano
Iryna.
is how we refer to him in this tournament, rather than giving him his full moniker. Man from Sao Paulo, here competing on the global stage. Second place finisher in his own national championships, the junior national championships in 2019. 17 years of age. Won't be 18 until June, as we see judges from Moldova, Italy, India, Scotland and Malaysia will be scoring this one. 10-point must system in effect. And Mukash Irsaliev of Kyrgyzstan is the referee. Well, there is the reigning Brazilian National Championship silver medalist. That was down at 54 kilograms. An experienced international figure. The continental bronze medalist. Adrian Preda.
First round.
So we're underway then. 56-kilogram bantamweight action between boxers from Romania and Brazil. The man wearing red is the Romanian representative. He'll be 18 years of age at the end of the month, so 2 17-year-olds tussling to progress through to the round of 16. A more orthodox-looking figure. At least he was when he was boxing behind high-held hands. Is Pablo Capistrano from Brazil. Exchange of left hands between two boxers who seem to possess very similar styles. Wide-legged stances, watching, waiting, looking to use quick reflexes to score with snaking singles. And it's the boxer in blue who used the left jab first to head, then to body. And again, spoken to about punching incorrectly. I'm not saying again in direction of Capistrano, but it was just in reference to a comment made earlier. To be a scoring shot, even if it lands with force, it must land with the knuckle part of the glove. Landing a shot with the inside of the glove renders it a slap and not a legal scoring blow. Beautiful left jab landed once again by Capistrano, using that shot to terrific effect. But there's a right hand over the top, followed by a cluster. But look at the response it brings from Capistrano, who works well to the body. Nice lead left hand once again. And he's mixing it up very well indeed, is Capistrano. Spearing it out to both body and head. There it landed on the chin of Preda. Right hand attempted to the body from Preda, but it was countered by a left hand over the top from Capistrano. Beautiful punch picking by the boxer in blue, showing real variety now. Not just straight shots, but turned that right hand underneath and it landed just above the belt line. But touche, says PREDA, as he comes back with a corkscrew shot and a spearing left of his own as he penetrates the guard once again of the boxer in blue. Both men enjoying success. And again, what is a contest that looks like, in terms of styles, almost mirror images of one another. Low held guards, very languid, loose limb boxers, snaking left hand landed underneath, but that was preceded by success from Capistrano, but then Capistrano was put on the end of a spearing left-right combination. Terrific quality in this opening round. Corkscrew left hand again. The eye-catching shot of that exchange from PREDA. Well, PREDA producing a strong conclusion to the round. This man had a strong start to the round in what was very competitive throughout. Again, an example of the variety of angles being produced on these punches, coming up from the kneecaps, coming from around the belt line. Terrific repertoire in the arsenals of both of these boxers. Wide shot selection, demonstrating good timing as well. Beautiful left hand underneath to start that 1-2 salvo from
Seconds
PREDA.
out, please.
And then a right hand over the top from PREDA.
Round
Shot
2.
of that sequence. So into the second round then, and out quickly behind a left jab and then a solid straight right hand is Capistrano. Quick start to the round by the boxer in blue. Beautiful punch picking, particularly with that backhand. And again, and it brings about a standing count. The first one of Kielce 2021. Right hand accuracy, rapier-like punches bring about a standing count. Of course, the welfare of the boxer, the most important thing in Olympic-style boxing. But did you see the response it brought about from PREDA, who came back into the mix and landed a right hand of his own, but then an uppercut landed from Capistrano, and then a spearing left hand of the flicking variety. Same shot once again, just jolting the head back off PREDA, who comes back with a cracking right hand. And that brings about a standing count in the other direction. What a contest here in the 56-kilogram bantamweight division. I suggested that these two boxers stylistically were almost twins, identical twins, that is, in terms of how they go about their craft, and they have each brought about standing counts using terrific backhand punch picking. It's been terrific to watch so far, approaching the midpoint of the second round as another jolting right hand lands, but look at the cluster of shots in reply. First and third boxing produced by Capistrano during that coming together. And perhaps for the first time in the contest, the boxers looking to gain some respite as they fall into a clinch. Most eye-catching shot landed by Capistrano once again. And then a solid textbook left jab, followed by a right hand over the top, the final shot in that exchange. Action heating up as he lands an arcing left hand as well, Capistrano. Looking for a right hand over the top was PREDA as he looked to counter the left jab that was scored against him. Reddening beneath the right eye of PREDA as he comes forward and has right hand success. Makes Capistrano miss, couldn't quite make him pay with the counter. Well, given the clip at which they started this round, the offense just slowing a little bit as Capistrano going in search of that right hand, so too PREDA. Accuracy has just decreased a little bit as the boxers letting their shots go while they're out of range. Just like that, left, right missing, not taking the feet with him on those punches. Overreaching, left uppercut success was countered by a straight left from Capistrano. Right hand success from PREDA. Right hand in response from Capistrano as PREDA falls short as his feet weren't in range. He's looking for the corkscrew left once again. He got through with a follow-up corkscrew right. What a cracking incident-filled round. Standing count produced each way in this contest between two very skillful 17-year-olds. So some of the action then, right hand was a cracking shot from PREDA. That's the punch he used to bring about the standing count, but not before he was given a standing count from the right hand of CAPISTRANO. Terrific punch picking in the first 2 minutes of that round. Accuracy decreased just a little bit as we went through the final portions of the 3-minute stanza. There you can see the evidence of that reddening beneath the right eye.
Seconds out, please.
Of CAPISTRANO, excuse me, of PREDA in red. Oh, what a
Round
contest.
3.
So too much moisture and perhaps petroleum jelly on the face and body of PREDA. With the call of time and box, we are underway in the third and final round as both boxers looking for that right hand success once again. CAPISTRANO causing a shower of spray to fly as he lands with a good right hand. The watching and waiting and trying to draw a lead that they can counter continues. Left uppercut, corkscrew shot is a beauty from PREDA. Looking for it from the right flank, couldn't quite find the range. Going downstairs with a left hand to the body as his feet momentarily turn southpaw. CAPISTRANO flicking out that left hand, but inaccurate with it. Beautiful work to the body from CAPISTRANO, and then the left hand once again. He went downstairs with a right hand lead, turned it into a left hook. What a beautiful right hand landed by PREDA, checking the chin of CAPISTRANO, but he didn't blink, kept his concentration and went about looking for his own offense. My goodness, this is a quality affair in the opening round of the 56-kilogram bantamweight division. Preliminary round contest in a tournament where boxers are unseeded, remember. Well, PREDA rather telegraphed that left hand and was countered by a left hook from CAPISTRANO. As both boxers continue to work behind low-held guards, PREDA's hands coming from his belt line, but that's perhaps what's allowed him to land the sneaky corkscrew shots on repeated occasions during this contest, but a beautiful reverse 1-2 landed by CAPISTRANO. The final left jab pushing the head back of PREDA. Approaching the final minute of the round. CAPISTRANO in search of straight shots once again. So too PREDA. Referee instructing the boxers to break and not hold. Right hand not too far away from PREDA. Going in search of it once again, but just made to fall short. Good work to the body by CAPISTRANO. Right hand success landed by PREDA. Final left hand. The left hand was the final shot of that exchange. Nice defensive maneuvers from PREDA, but perhaps guilty of dipping beneath the belt line. CAPISTRANO going over the top. Good left hand to the body from PREDA. CAPISTRANO pushed backwards towards the ropes. Looks to get himself away from that boxed in position and spins back to center ring. So CAPISTRANO looking to target the body of the boxer in red once again. Closing seconds of the third and final round. PREDA bombing with the right hand over the top, missing by some distance. CAPISTRANO in search of the body. PREDA lands a right hand. Both boxers think they have done enough at the conclusion of what was in a contest of high skill. A standing count produced each way in the second round. But both boxers demonstrating positive body language at the end of three-minute rounds here. Aesthetically pleasing styles. And perhaps most importantly, from a spectacle point of view, the styles gelling to produce a brilliant bout where both boxers showcased their skill and each man enjoyed plenty of success.
Winner by split decision, red corner.
And it is a
Adrian
split decision verdict
Romania.
that goes in favor of PREDA, the Romanian boxer prevailing on a 3-2 split. And that perhaps a fair reflection as to how tight this contest was. Pablo Capistrano disappointed that the verdict hasn't gone his way, but 3-2 for the judges. Look at that for 3 of the judges. There's only 1 point in it, 29-28 for 3 of them. Again, 26-30. Not sure any boxer was that dominant throughout, but we have 5 judges seated around the boxing ring. And a 3-2 split, perhaps a fair reflection of just how competitive that skillful affair was. It is PREDA who goes through. So the men continuing to warm up backstage on this opening day of competition. 274 male boxers competing here in Kielce, which is actually higher than the last edition in Budapest in 2018, and that is despite the raging COVID-19 pandemic. So again, that's testimony to the organization.
Ladies and gentlemen,
AIBA, the local
red corner,
organizing
representing
committee to get this tournament
Russia,
away.
SHENDRIK Alexey.
So the action continues in the men's 56-kilogram bantamweight
Blue
division.
corner, representing
And
Germany.
there is the 2020
Sheldov
European Youth Championships gold medalist, Alexey Shendrik, beautiful long-range boxer.
Judge
His
assignment.
opening bout of the
Judge
tournament
1, Bosnia and Herzegovina.
against
Judge 2,
Shadalov
Czech Republic.
of Germany.
Judge 3, Ukraine. Judge 4, Shankwan. Judge 5, Kazakhstan. Referee, Taipei, Chia Chan Lin.
So we've got judges from Bosnia, Herzegovina, the Czech Republic, Ukraine. Among the 5 judges scoring this one. The referee from Chinese Taipei.
Round 1.
So we're underway then. 2 boxers who have enjoyed podium success on the continental stage facing off in this one. The towering figure wearing red is the Russian representative. That is Alexey Shendrik, who comes in as the reigning Russian national champion as well as the continental gold medalist in the European Championships that were held in Budva, Montenegro. And he's come out in really aggressive fashion here. He used long-range tactics to climb to the top spot on the gold medal podium in Budva, but he lands a cracking right hand. And his opponent, wearing blue, Malik Shadalov, mentioned his continental success in the European Junior Championships back in 2019. He came away with a bronze medal down at 46 kilograms. "17 years of age is the compact figure in blue. As is it far more rangy opponents wearing red. Both of these men born in 2003. They've birthdays won't be until later this year. Beautiful right hand and then evading the counter by dipping at the knees. SHENDRIK, while he's looking to assert his dominance, working to the body of the more compact boxer wearing blue. Nice left hand landed out of that southpaw stance by Shadalov just a few moments ago. Beautiful right hand from SHENDRIK, who is looking to get back on the front foot and force the man in blue backwards. Not allowed to punch to the rear, of course. Kidney punches to the body, rabbit punches to the head, illegal. And again, even when he's not punching, he's using his feet to good effect. Is SHENDRIK to back up the man in blue, then dropping down with good shots to the body by dipping at the knees, turning at the hips. Shadalov having to cover up, try and repel these attacks. But he's being outworked and outboxed here in this opening round so far. Shadalov continuing to assert the pressure, invariably on the front foot, presenting different postures, different looks to his opponent, working the body with a whipping right hand just above the belt line of the man in blue. A very good opening round indeed from the reigning European champion. And he's got his work cut out for him as a man in the opposite corner, because this man in his opening bout of the tournament has found his range immediately and went in search of his respect, getting on the front foot and really putting it on his opponent from Germany, Alexey Shadalov, invariably kept on the outside of the boxing ring and comparatively had little success to speak of. But he showed plenty of competitiveness. He's going to need more of that quality, as well as
Seconds
thinking
out,
as well,
please.
because he's got to try and figure out a way to get inside the reach and the range
Round 2.
of the tall figure in red. But look at that, straight across the ring, practically sprinted across the rope square and met his opponent with a jab. Did Alexey SHENDRIK. Very aggressive start to begin the second round. Shadalov, well, tucking up tightly, trying to repel the punches, but still, they're finding a target. They're finding the target. Check right hand, not too far away from Shadalov, but look at the response that brings from SHENDRIK, who really isn't giving his opponent any opportunity to get into this contest. Very little feeling out. He's behind the jab, he's on the front foot and looking to back up the man in blue. Swing and a miss from Shadalov. Oh, good work to the body, right then left, landed by SHENDRIK, targeting the body once again. And Shadalov, well, he's in danger of being overwhelmed here, as SHENDRIK lands a good right hand to the body once again. Trying to initiate a clinch with Shadalov, but SHENDRIK having none of it and continues to demonstrate his repertoire as he lands a beautiful right hand. Shadalov gamely trying to fight back, but he's put on the end of a looping left and then a right hand straight down the pipe. Terrific portion of the round from SHENDRIK, who's in complete control here as we approach the midpoint. Shadalov tries to get his own offense working out of that southpaw stance, but he's being kept occupied by the range, the variety of punches and the volume of punches coming from the man in red. Good work to the body, digging in a double left hand. Now, I guess those shots strayed low. Thought they were fair. And of course, a key reason why the waistband is a different color to the rest of the uniform and why the jerseys must be tucked in, as SHENDRIK goes down with a beautiful left hand to the body once again. But the visibility of the waistband helps the judges to determine whether a blow is fair or foul. Well, the 10-point must system is in effect in AIBA boxing as it is in all competitions. But if you're used to watching your boxing in the professional code, it's perhaps worth pointing out that a 10-8 round isn't necessarily scored when a boxer's put on the floor. Just needs some running repairs to the left boot of SHENDRIK. But just back to the 10-point must system. If a boxer goes on the floor in AIBA, in Olympic boxing, AIBA boxing, it's not necessarily a 10-8 round. A 10-8 round is for dominance. And I just wonder whether the judges have seen any of these rounds, 10-8 so far, in favor of the man in red. Because he has been assertive, aggressive, and efficient. There's a nice single shot success from Shadalov, and perhaps he'll take some encouragement and inspiration from that. But SHENDRIK, not discouraged, not deterred, picked off by another single once again. Good work to the body, ended by an eye-catching left hook downstairs from SHENDRIK. Short with the right hand lead, followed up with another one which was out of range. Look at him just go on his tiptoes and make like a tap dancer before stepping into range and landing with another shot. Another brilliant round of boxing from SHENDRIK. And this man, from my perspective here at ringside, has got it all to do going into the third and final round. So there's some of the example of, there's an example of some of the body work landed by SHENDRIK, and then accuracy upstairs as well, with looping shots around the corner and straight shots through the middle. Very good punch picking indeed. There were a couple of eye-catching singles landed by Shadalov, but in the grand scheme of things during the course of that 3 minutes, well, it was all the boxer in red.
Round 3.
So into the third and final round then. And the boxer wearing blue, Germany's Shadalov. That's no knockdown, is it? It's a untidy trip to the canvas after a shove from Shadalov. He's been outboxed for the first 2 rounds by SHENDRIK, and SHENDRIK not letting up at all, continues to go in search of his man and just dominating the space of the ring with his length and range and reach, and invariably his front foot pressure as well. Shadalov competing with everything he has, but at this stage of their respective AIBA boxing careers, SHENDRIK, you get the impression, knows just a little bit too much for the man wearing blue. But it's a terrific experience for him to be competing here on the global stage. And of course, in this sport of boxing, it's not like football or basketball or rugby where you've got to stay on. If you're heavily down, 30-point blowout in basketball, a 5-0 drubbing in football, very difficult to come back in the closing stages of a contest. But of course, in boxing, there is the opportunity to take the opponents out with a single shot or a cluster of shots and turn things around in dramatic fashion. How often have we seen that in AIBA boxing, in professional boxing down the years? But I think Shadalov is entering that type of territory now. Indeed, I thought he was in that type of position going into the third and final round. He needs a massive third and final round to try and turn it around, and SHENDRIK hasn't presented him with that opportunity because he's remained concentrated and he's remained in dominant mood on the front foot and going in search of his man. Right hand lead not too far away from Shadalov during that exchange. The final right hand from SHENDRIK just backing up the boxer in blue. Same shot once again. And it's all very well having the physical attributes of height and range and reach, but SHENDRIK is demonstrating here in this opening bout of Kielce 2021 that he knows how to use them. And he's not just a defensive back foot boxer. He's demonstrating that his long-range tactics effective on the front foot as he scores with an arcing right hand around the corner. And then as he works through his repertoire, he's shown a good variety of punches as well. Not just straights, but bent arm punches, terrific work to the body. So it's been a complete display of front foot boxing from the man in red, who targets the body once again and once more with that left hand. So the closing seconds of the third and final round. A very good opening to the tournament indeed. Well, Shadalov not really given an opportunity to get himself into the bout. Such was the performance of Alexey SHENDRIK of Russia. Absolutely terrific display. Really did put it on his opponent from the opening bell. Let's get the verdict, which should see the man in red progressing
Winner
through.
by unanimous decision is red corner, Russia, SHENDRIK Alexey.
So Alexey SHENDRIK, the reigning Russian national champion, the reigning European champion. Well, there's the margin of dominance, 30-25 for two of the judges. That's the type of control that SHENDRIK was able to assert during the course of that contest from opening bell to last. He didn't give his opponent an opportunity. Malik Shadalov eliminated, but look at that. 2 10-8 rounds and 30-25 suggests that there were more than one 10-8 round in favor of SHENDRIK during the course of that brilliant boxing display. Malik Shadalov eliminated, competed gamely, but it's SHENDRIK who goes through and does so in impressive fashion. So we remain in the 56 bantamweight division. 7 bouts in the book, 4 more to come here on the opening day of Kielce 2021. And the next contest will be between boxers from Hungary and Kazakhstan.
Ladies and gentlemen, ring A, bout 8, red corner representing Hungary, SZARAZ, Gergo.
And there is the Hungarian representative.
Blue corner
Gergo,
representing
SZARAZ,
Kazakhstan, Saber Yerbolat.
17 years of age from Budapest. His opponent, Yerbolat Saber of Kazakhstan. 19 years of age.
Judge assignment.
Birthday.
Judge 1, Croatia.
January.
Judge 2, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Judge 3, India. Judge 4, United States of America. Judge 5, Singapore. Referee, Argentina, Villarino Manuel.
So we've got judges from Croatia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, India, United States of America, and Singapore, who will score this one. 10-point must system in effect. And here it is. Gergo SZARAZ, the Hungarian representative, operating out of the red corner. SZARAZ, former kickboxer, who only switched to the noble art back in 2019, but he's enjoyed some success, coming away with a multi-nations gold in Budapest in Hungary at the István Enekes Youth Memorial Tournament. And last year, Manuel Villarino of Argentina just checks the equipment. Last year he was the national champion of Hungary at 56 kilograms. So a seamless transition from kickboxing to the noble art.
Round 1.
And we're underway then. Boxer wearing blue, operating out of the southpaw stance, is Kazakhstan's Yurbalat Sabir, 19 years of age, from the Pavlodar region. Second place in the National Youth Championships in Kazakhstan last year, coming away with a silver medal. But he was also a 5th place finisher in the Senior Championships, which gives you an idea as to this man's quality. Well known on the international stage. Has got Kazakh national titles under his belt, coming away with a junior championship in 2018 and a schoolboy championship 2 years before that. So continuing to progress through the age system. Here he is competing in the tournament for boxers aged between 17 and 19 against the taller opponent. This battle of southpaws, who will be able to establish the range and rhythm most quickly. Well, the longer reach of ZHUSUPOV, despite the longer reach, it's Sabir who's beaten him to the punch repeatedly in this opening round. So he's reaching around with that backhand left, and that's going to present an opportunity for a boxer who remains in the pocket to shoot straights while that is winding its way around to the target. And Sabir, you get the impression, just having had a look for the first minute and a half or so, and he's going to fancy this. I've been processing everything that's presented to him. Good left hand landed by ZHUSUPOV. Was far straighter than the arcing left hand he was trying to land over the top. But Sabir just looking to quicken his feet, gets into range with a southpaw right. Oh, that's a nice right uppercut turned underneath out of the southpaw stance by ZHUSUPOV. Bustling away with punches to the body is Sabir. Nice backhand, and the same shot once again landed by Sabir. ZHUSUPOV taking the long route around the boxing ring. Looking to cut him off and not just follow him around is Sabir. Well, standing count because of the increased pressure and increased success that Sabir has been able to exert during the final 2 minutes of this opening round. ZHUSUPOV invariably on the back foot. He's caught by a glancing right hand once again. He comes back with a southpaw left of his own. But far more success in that opening 3 minutes in favor of Yurbalat Sabir. This man given a standing count, but of course, as we referred to in a previous contest, in AIBA boxing, Olympic-style boxing, being put on the floor or a 10-8 round won't necessarily translate to a 10-8 round. The scores as a knockdown would in the professional code. As we take a look at some of the action from the first round. Sabir very efficient with his movements, forcing ZHUSUPOV to operate on the perimeter of the
Seconds
boxing ring.
out, please. Round 2.
So into the second round then. And Sabir looking to establish that lead left jab once again. Even that lead right jab out of the southpaw stance once again. ZHUSUPOV up on his toes, but he's not really committing on that lead right hand despite having the longer reach. So more often than not, it's falling short. Did score with a right hand underneath, but was countered immediately by Sabir, who again is content to remain in the pocket as he digs away with the left hand. Nice movement of the head from Sabir, just swaying to his right to cause the shot to go over his shoulder from ZHUSUPOV. Well, an armbar applied and then shots over the top from Sabir. ZHUSUPOV not really looking to engage in this second round. Can see that he's trying to box on the back foot, but he's not really finding the range with his attempted lead right hand. And Sabir hasn't really closed the distance in sustained fashion. I suggested he was cutting him off in the opening round. Here in the second round, it's following him around the boxing ring, rather than cutting off the avenue of escape for the boxer in red. So a minute to go. Sabir looking for that southpaw left over the top. ZHUSUPOV on his back, skimming the ropes once again, and there's nowhere to go once you're on the strands, and Sabir recognized that and helped himself to an eye-catching single to the body. Feather light right jab landed to the head and then to the body by ZHUSUPOV. At least finding the range with that punch now. Left hand over the top was long, glancing left hook out of the southpaw stance was the final shot from Sabir. Sabir now dropping his hands almost contemptuously, just trying to dispirit the man in red. Walking forward with seemingly no regard for what's coming back, but he's shown that he's got good reflexes to dodge out of the way of the punches. But ZHUSUPOV not really able to get himself into this round. Oh, that's a beautiful right hand to the body, and then a right hand to the head, followed by a left cross. So Sabir just closing the second round with some quality work, both upstairs and downstairs. Well, you could have stopped the tape and picked a replay point from any portion of the 3-minute round, and this was what you would have seen. ZHUSUPOV on the back foot, trying to keep his man on the end of straight punches, but not having any sustained success in finding the range. Sabir was following him around the ring for a good portion of that round, but then in the closing stages of the second, he produced some real quality, highlighted by a cracking single shot to the body, which he turned underneath.
Seconds out, please. Round 3.
So the gong in use here on round 8 gets the third and final round underway. Had a little bit of confusion, which is not uncommon in two-ring arenas. We are separated by a very neat sponsorship board, but still sound traveling through that, of course. And when the sound from ring B percolated over to our side of the arena, there's an earlier coach from Colombia who climbed up on the ring apron ready to administer his charge. The referee applying common sense and just saying, listen, no disqualification, no infringement. That's from the other round. That's from the other ring. Our action's still continuing. Again, hands down by the thighs for Sabir. I mentioned the fact that ZHUSUPOV switching from kickboxing as recently as 2019. Kazakhstan, such a strong tradition in Olympic-style boxing, both during Soviet times and indeed since becoming an independent nation. How much success they've enjoyed on the continental stage at Asian Championships, the global stage at World Championships, and the Olympic stage. Practically turned the welterweight title into their own personal property. Some of the great boxers who have represented the teal blue nation and the flying eagle over the sun over the years. And again, at this level, where boxers are still learning, there can be such a difference between talent and development. And if you've been in this sport since you were a toddler practically, as so many as the boxers from Kazakhstan are, it's such a strong tradition. So ZHUSUPOV switching to kickboxing in 2019. Sabir has been boxing since 2013, and he's only 19 years of age. So that is a lot more repetition, a lot more comfortability, a lot more muscle memory that has been absorbed and learned and ingrained in the boxer in blue. Good right hand over the top, landed by ZARAZ. But assuming that ZARAZ isn't too badly dispirited from this, biggest performance, oh, good left hand landed, and it brings about a standing count. But again, assuming he's not too dispirited, this is a terrific learning experience for Gergo ZARAZ. 10-second clapper will mean that he will end the contest on his feet rather than being stopped inside the distance. Oh, well, the action just threatening to continue after the bell. But a very good display indeed, a controlled display from Yerbolat Sabir, which will undoubtedly see him through to the round of 16 in the men's 56-kilogram bantamweight division. There was a success for ZARAZ during the course of that third round. But overall, and indeed across the entirety of the contest, when you consider that, now it's scored round by round, but it was Yerbolat Sabir who was in control.
Winner by unanimous decision is blue corner.
So there's confirmation.
Sabir Yerbolat, Kazakhstan.
Yerbolat Sabir, a unanimous points decision victor over the reigning Hungarian national champion, and that's how he did it. Dominant for 4 of the 5 scoring judges. Complete control from opening bell to last, bringing about a standing count during the course of the contest as well, and 4 of the 5 judges scoring that final round 10-8 in favor of Yerbolat Sabir. 10-8, a clear winner. 10-9, a close round. 10-7, total dominance. And again, that's how the 10-point must system is used in AIBA style boxing. So the warm-up action continues backstage. Interested observers, of course, not just here to support teammates, but also on scouting missions, figuring out who they will be facing in the event that they continue to progress through the rigors of these tournaments. 10 weight brackets for men, 10 weight divisions for women. And the next contest is between boxers from Cuba and Belarus, as we remain in the 56-kilogram bantamweight division. Well, it's been a terrific opening day of action so far. We've had the pomp and ceremony of the opening address. Umar Kremlev, the president of AIBA, formally opening the championships after a terrific series of performances in dancing,
red corner,
and drumming and singing
representing
from the local
Cuba,
youth.
Horta Rodriguez del Rey Saidel
Kielce.
Ivan.
So here is the
Blue
Cuban
corner,
representative,
representing Belarus,
Saidel Horta.
Levankov Kirill.
His opponent is Kirill
Judge
Levankov.
segments. Judge 1, Italy. Judge 2, Kyrgyzstan. Judge 3, India. Judge 4, Scotland. Judge 5, Hungary. Referee, Kazakhstan. Beketbefov Baketritsan.
So there is Saidel Horta. Got a bronze medal at Cuba's Pavlyukov Youth Memorial Tournament. So this man from Cuba got a bronze medal at the Pavlyukov Youth Memorial Tournament. Experienced boxer on the international stage. Here he's facing off against a man who has enjoyed podium success on the continental stage. Kirill Levankov, bronze medalist at the 2019 European Youth Boxing Championships. So judges from Italy, Kyrgyzstan, India, Scotland and Hungary. 5 scoring judges presiding over this one using the 10-point must system. Our referee is from Kazakhstan.
Round 1.
So we're underway then. The more compact figure boxing out of the southpaw stance is the Cuban representative, Saidel Horta. 18 years of age, will be 19 at the end of the month, from Cienfuegos. Comes from a boxing family and is the 2019 Cuban Youth National Championship gold medalist in the 56 kilogram bantamweight division. His opponent, Kirill Levankov, won that European bronze down at 49 kilograms, coming away with a bronze medal at the tournament that was in Sofia, Bulgaria. You can see the difference in stature between these two. Terrific punch picking with that southpaw left hand from Horta. Snaking inside with his feet and finding the target. So we often talk about height and reach advantage, but it only is an advantage if you can turn it into something that benefits you. Horta composed, using good footwork to get himself into range, content to hold his hands down by his belt line, so characteristic of so many of the Cubans. There are exceptions, of course. Arlen Lopez, the Olympic champion, doesn't box in that way at all. Content to tuck up behind high-held gloves, walk his opponents down and let go hurtful shots in just about every territory, short, mid and long range. But so many of the Cuban boxers over the years have just operated as Horta is demonstrating here. Low-held hands, relaxed, and using good footwork to get into their own punching range while making the opponent miss. How about that for a left-right combination? 2-shot salvo. Lashing shots around the corner. The arms were straight and it just almost like 2 slaps landed by Horta. Good right hand landed down the pipe from Levankov. 2 minutes gone in the round. Good right hand to the body landed by the boxer in blue, followed by a left hook upstairs, which wasn't too far wide of the mark. So again, fencing with the lead hands between these two. Good left hand to the body landed by Horta, but he was countered by a right hand as he tried to retreat without reply. Unsuccessful in that attempt to do so. Check right hand not too far away from Horta. And you just get the sense that it's Horta who's controlling the distance here, but there's a cracking right hand by the man in blue. Got onto the front foot, measured his man, and speared him with a straight right hand. So a very good opening round in this 56 kilogram bantamweight contest. There's an example of Horta getting into and out of range on his own terms. But as the round progressed, it's almost as though Levenku just got the measure of what he wants to do. You saw him targeting the body there and ending with a left hook upstairs. But on the final attempt, when Horta attempted to go in and out without paying a price, well, he was tagged by a straight right cross. So perhaps Levenku learning as that round went on, but a very good display indeed, typified by that combination there from Horta.
Seconds out, please. Round 2.
So into the second round then, as well as that continental podium success from 2019. Well, just calling the floor cleaning crew into action here to get the corner, the stool out of the red corner. Horta just spoken to about the illegal tactic of hitting and holding, but he helped himself to a beautiful southpaw left there. Check right hand not too far away, perhaps landed with the inside of the glove or the forearm from Horta, who's looking to drop down with a left hand to the body now and score with a right hand upstairs. I mentioned the momentum that Levenku's bringing into this tournament in his homeland. Won the Yukov Youth Memorial Tournament, winning 4 contests out of 4 to finish in top spot on the podium in that multi-nations event. Terrific shot of the concentration in the eyes of Horta on that shot, and that reciprocated by Levenku. So Levenku trying to work away on the inside. Good left hand to the body behind the right hand from Horta. And again, just teenage boxers, everyone at this tournament, but did you see the experience in evidence from Horta there? A legal move, almost an old man move, clamping the left arm of Levenku under his right arm so that he couldn't work away. Good left hand landed by Horta. And away without reply once again, up on his toes. Just celebrating the single shot success that he had by raising the left arm. And again, that's another hallmark of Cuban Olympic style boxers. Remember, on their return to international competition, after missing the Olympic Games of 84 and 88, my goodness, when they came back in 92 with a vengeance, that was something that we increasingly started to associate with their boxers. Hitting without being hit, and just to accentuate the success that they would have, they would raise the left or right hand as if to say to the judge, did you see that? Horta showing that tactic in spades here. Nice counter right hand, and it brings a nod of acknowledgement from Horta. That was a beautiful shot from Levenku. And Horta just giving him a little nod as if to say, yeah, you got me, as he raised his right hand, suggesting that he thinks he scored another shot without reply there. Very good round of boxing. Well, Levenku has had success with that right hand in pockets in this contest, but there's the composure of Horta in the pocket. Final cuffing right hand, and then just leaning back while edging out with the feet. Very good boxing indeed, catching and countering with that lead right hand.
Seconds out, please. Round 3.
So into the third and final round, good right hand to the body from Levanku. And of course, in AIBA boxing, we like to bring you the scores at the end of each round, at the end of round 1 and 2, and then the round scores and the verdict at the conclusion of the contest. But a few technical difficulties, few gremlins on the opening day of competition here, not able to bring you the round scores after the conclusion of rounds 1 and 2, but the technicians are working furiously backstage as Levanku lands a beautiful right hand to try and fix that problem, and we'll be able to bring you the scores as they come in at the conclusion of rounds 1 and 2, as is customary in AIBA boxing. Good right hand to the body from Levanku. Countered by a left hand downstairs from Horta. Chopping right hand came on a downward trajectory with a bent arm from Levanku when the two boxers were at close range. While it was a right hand to the body and left hand attempt upstairs that missed by some distance, courtesy of the movement of Horta. Levanku falling short with his punches, and look at Levanku just fainting as he comes through with a pile driving left. Beautiful shot landed by the man in red. On the midpoint of the third and final round now. Levanku looking for that long left jab, some more dynamism in his work as we approach the final minute. But again, Levanku, Horta so composed in the ring. Look at that offensive success predicated off the right jab. Came through with a single left hand in that 4-shot cluster, and a couple of the shots did get through. So looking to target the body, left hand over the top from Levanku, not too far away. So cuffing right hand landed before he retreated from Levanku. Beautiful left hand on the advance landed by Horta. So Horta, feinting with the feet, skips away with a check right hand. And again, by going on the back foot, and as by signal by raising his left hand, he feels that he's done enough. A very composed display indeed. And again, body language so instructive when you're watching any sport, but boxing in particular. Contentment over in that red corner as he swaggered his way back to his coaches. Horta confident that he's done enough with a very controlled display against the 2019 European Youth Bronze medalist, 49 kilograms. Some of the action from the round.
Ladies and gentlemen, winner of bout number 9 by unanimous decision is red corner. Horta Rodriguez Derlei Sarawi Ivan, Cuba.
And there's confirmation of a unanimous points decision win for Seidel Horta, sportingly holding open the strands for the man he has just vanquished. Kirill Levanku eliminated in the first preliminary round, and it is Seidel Horta who goes through to the round of 16. Ravi Rai favoring the work of the man in blue in that third and final round. And that's why it was 29-28 on his scorecard. The other 4 judges seeing it all 3 rounds in favor of the Cuban boxer. Well, there is Boxy. Eagle is the Polish national bird, and that is the tournament mascot. Bringing frivolity and fun to the athletes and the volunteers here in Kielce 2021. And with the final 2 bouts of this opening day of competition, we move up to the 69 kilogram welterweight division, our opening welterweight bout between men from Cuba, from Greece and Latvia. Well, there's an idea of what things are like backstage here in Kielce. Down to the coaches and the boxers, it's their responsibility to know when they're on, so they'll warm up adequately, make sure that they come out to the boxing ring prepared. 2 rings in operation, so you've got to make sure, simple things that we're saying, of course, but in the pressure of competition and wasting around and in the bid to make sure that boxers remain on weight, little things can be missed. And how often across all sports have we heard of athletes in boxing not making the weigh-in, not making the bus to the venue? All of these things, as well as performing, are what the coaches and the boxers have to be responsible for. And again, competing on a global stage here at the tournament for boxers 17 to 19, this is all invaluable experience.
Ladies and gentlemen,
when they get to the
red
elite
corner
stage for boxers
representing
over 19.
Greece, Mehmet Dimitros.
So we're underway then in the 69 kilogram welterweight division. There
Blue
is
corner
Dimitris Mamaitis.
representing Latvia, Novikos Igors.
And his opponent is from Latvia. Both of these men
Judge assignment,
competing in their
Judge
first
1,
global
Czech
tournament.
Republic, Judge 2, India, Judge 3, Ukraine, Judge 4, Kyrgyzstan,
So
Judge
we've got
5,
judges from Czech
Singapore.
Republic, India, Ukraine,
Referee,
Kyrgyzstan, and Singapore.
Macedon, Bin Amas Mazian.
Penultimate bout of the day here. Kielce 2021 on the opening day of competition. And there is the Latvian boxer, Igor Novikov, 17 years of age, from the Latvian capital Riga. 3rd in his national championships, which were contested last year. He was the youth national champion the year before that in 2019, making a seamless transition from the junior ranks. We took the national title in 2018.
Round 1.
Well, I think the command of box came before the gong sounded to begin round 1 here in ring A. 69 kilogram welterweight division, most populated bracket, most populated weight division in the men's tournament. 36 boxers taking place. So we have a pair of contests before we get down to the round of 32. Here in ring A. And of boxer wearing red, Dimitrios Mamaitis, 17 years of age, from the Greek capital Athens. Comes to the ring as the reigning junior national champion. Title that he took 2019 and 2018. Schoolboy success down at 63 kilograms back in 2017. His opponent also enjoyed national championship success. He was a junior champion in 2018. Followed that with a transition to the youth ranks a year later. Oh, beautiful right hand landed by Mamaitis. Looking for that right hand lead again. Not bothering to set it up with a jab. Low held hands looking to confuse his opponent. Winging left hook followed by a right hand, which was a glancing blow from Mamaitis. So Novikov's having real success with that right hand in a repeated fashion. Through these first 2 minutes of the round, there was a jolting left hand landed by Novikov. Novikov just short of the range with his southpaw left. He followed up, kept the attack going with flicking southpaw rights, but couldn't find a range. Shots being fired from unconventional angles by Novikov as he looks to bring them up in looping fashion from around his belt line. Tidy looking left hand. Oh, that's a nice crisp right hand over the top landed by Mamaitis. Left hand landed by Novikov. Just inconveniences the boxer in red. Now wrestling on the inside, the referee allowing them to work at close range before getting in between the two boxers. So some of the action then from that opening round. A real success with the right hand early on did Mamaitis. The left hand success on that final forward foray, but there's an example of the right hand success over the top from Mamaitis during the course of that first round. So both boxers keen to get out to center ring and resume this contest into the second round. Trying to drop down to the body is Novikov's, but he was countered by a shot over the top from Mamaitis, who's looking for that right hand once again. Nice defensive maneuvers from both boxers, causing the opponent to miss. Mamaitis looking for that right hand once again. Nice left hand landed twice by Novikov. So can Novikov find the range with his longer reach, greater range? Operating behind a low-held guard is Mamaitis. Both head and body are rather open. And that left hand over the top, not too far away from Novikov. Nice defensive maneuver by dipping at the knees from the man in blue. More feinting, more tempting and teasing coming from Mamaitis. Novikov's winging after him with a left hook out of the southpaw stance. Rather untidy and not much accuracy during this first half of the opening round. First welterweight bout of the afternoon. Nice right jab to the body landed by the man in blue. Looking for a right uppercut, followed it with a left cross out of that southpaw stance. physical on the inside once again. Well, the back foot movement of Mamaitis causing Novikov to fall short with a rather languid foray, but there's a crisp right hand landed over the top from Mamaitis. Novikov's just perhaps telegraphing his attack there. Thought about pulling the trigger but didn't, and found himself in a really perilous position momentarily. Mamaitis didn't take advantage and let his hands go. There's a right hand which catches Novikov's. Mamaitis pushing him backwards. Novikov's nudging away to the body. Mamaitis spoken to about punching with the incorrect inside part of the glove. They're looking for that sneaky right hand lead once again. Both boxers landing backhands in that exchange. A right hand from Mamaitis, a left hand over the top from Novikov. Left hand on the bell is an effective shot to conclude that second 3-minute round from Novikov. You take a look at some of the action from round number 2.
Στήσου και χέζεται να μπει. Πέτσα του λίγο μπροστά το αριστερό και έτοιμος να τραβηχτείς δεξιά να του δώσω στο ίσο. Χέζεται όταν στείνεσαι.
Seconds out, please.
Όλα τελειώνουν εδώ, 3 λεπτά για πάρτι σου.
Round 3.
So into the third and final round then. Novikov's finished in third place in the tournament down at light welterweight in his national championships last year. Here he is competing 5 kilograms north of the fully fledged 69 kilogram welterweight division. And again, I have to stress that these athletes at this age, this stage of their careers, growing physically, developing all the time. So families and coaches, as Mamaitis lands a sneaky right hand, catching the boxer in blue on the retreat. They've all got to make the decision about managing weight healthily. Of course, this is a weight-making sport. But when you're dealing with athletes at this age, so crucial that the balance is correct as to when a boxer is to move up, so man or woman in question in natural development isn't hindered. Of course, weight categories have to be adhered to. The left hand from Novikov's partially blocked. Beautiful left hand from Novikov's, catching Mamaitis as he was coming in. Well, both boxers loading up, looking for big singles. Here we see use of the jab, the lead right hand from Novikov, the flicking left jab from Mamaitis, but it hasn't been in evidence much in this third and final round. Sneaky backhand landed by Mamaitis, catching Novikov on the break as he looks for that same punch once again, winging with the right hand once more. So both men looking to pot shot their way to success as Mamaitis goes downstairs with 2 effective punches to the body. Nice use of the feet from Mamaitis. Ended up putting Novikov's in the corner, but didn't really make him pay when he was in that confined space. Check right hand is a nice shot from Mamaitis. Again, it's one and done. Same shot once more, repeated success with the right hand. And traditionalists and the coaching manual will tell you that the right hand is an effective shot against the southpaw. Mamaitis has been targeting it throughout the contest, and in the previous 20-30 seconds or so, he has found the range. So a bit of a swing up as we approach the 10-second clapper. Left hand is an eye-catching shot landed by Novikov. Mamaitis backing up, but then back into range with his feet and having repeated success with that right cross out of the orthodox stance. Competitive contest, that one. Our first welterweight bout of day one here at Kielce. Well, there's an example of the right hands that were repeatedly crashing home for Mamaitis. Profitable punch for him all contest long.
Ladies and gentlemen, winner of bout 10 by split decision is red corner, Greece, Meimetes Dimitros.
So Dimitrios Mamaitis goes through to the second preliminary round, a 3-2 split decision winner, prevailing in what was a very tight contest, just 1 point in it for 3 of the 5 scoring judges. But where both men enjoyed plenty of success, not necessarily boxing their way in. Well, 10-8 in the final round. It was a period of good success for Mamaitis, but it's been interpreted as a clear round in his favor. All 4 of the other judges seeing it 10-9 each way, but a very close contest indeed. 3 of the 5 judges, excuse me, having just 1 round in it. It's Mamaitis who goes through. So approaching our final bout of the opening day of competition here at the Hala Legionov. And it features boxers from Cuba and Mexico.
Ladies and gentlemen, ring A, red corner representing Cuba, Lafos Paul Dane Landes.
So here is the Cuban boxer, Dani Lafos Paul.
Blue corner representing
19
Mexico,
years of age, from
Verde
Santiago de
Alvarez
Cuba.
Marco Alonso.
His opponent, Marco Alonso Verdi Alvarez.
Judge
Marco
assignment,
Verdi
Judge 1, Argentina.
is how he's
Judge
listed
2,
here at the tournament.
Croatia. Judge 3,
Bosnia and Herzegovina.
19
Judge
years of
4,
age.
United States of America. Judge 5, Taipei.
The
Referee,
man who comes in
Moldavia.
here as the winner
Pastuchov,
of the Mexican
Valeria.
Youth National Olympiad. Here's confirmation. It's Dani Lafos Pol against Marko Verdi, the final bout of the afternoon. We've got judges from Argentina, Croatia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, United States of America, and Chinese Taipei, who will score this one using the 10-point must system. So there's a man who is a strong contender for a place at the podium and indeed gold, the reigning Cuban youth national champion from 2019, Dani Lafos Pol. Plenty of other tournament successes under his belt as well, as there is on the mantelpiece of this man, Marko Verdi. This battle of 19-year-olds will be presided over by the referee from Moldova.
Round 1.
So we're underway then. We remain in the 69-kilogram welterweight division for the final bout of the opening day of competition. Here in Kielce 2021 at the Hala Legionov. It's between boxers from Cuba and Mexico. The boxer wearing red is Dani Lafos Pol, 19 years of age, from Santiago de Cuba. And his opponent, the bustling southpaw wearing blue, is Marko Verdi of Mexico. From Sinaloa in Mexico. Comes in with plenty of national success under his belt in youth and junior Olympiads and Olympic festivals in his homeland of Mexico. Dani Lafos Pol, as mentioned, 2019 National Championship gold medalist. Verdi not too far away with that southpaw left, but it was blocked. Goes in search of his man with a southpaw right, and his southpaw left is an effective shot on that occasion. Very quick indeed out of that port-sided stance, and it found the point of Lafos Pol's chin. Right hand from around the belt line was effective, as was that rather languid, long looping left hook from the man in red. Then a southpaw right, an orthodox right hand is an effective shot. Beautiful boxing from Lafos Pol, dipping to make the man miss, pivoting back on the front foot and scoring with the right hand, just as he did on that occasion. But Verdi having success with his own singles, got through with a southpaw jab just a few moments ago. Southpaw left is an effective shot from the man in blue. Lafos Pol tucking up. Right hand came looping over the top and crashed around the side of his head guard. Action near the neutral corner, just above our commentary position. Right hand is an effective shot from Lafos Pol before the boxers fall into a clinch. Referee allowing him to work away. Nice left hook landed before dipping at the knees from Lafos Pol, but he's spoken to about keeping his head up. Remember, the head must not dip beneath the belt line as he scores with a spearing right hand once again, then brings the uppercut into play. Nice layback employed by the man in red. Final half minute of the opening round. So Lafos Pol onto the front foot, looking to walk down his man now, backed up by a southpaw left from Verdi. Reaching with the right hand out of that orthodox stance, but landing with it, Lafos Pol, but the left hand comes crashing around the corner again from Verdi in really aggressive fashion. Beautiful right hand on the belt, picked perfectly, catching the advancing man in blue. Very good opening round of boxing in this final bout of the first day of action here, the Hala Legionov. Well, there's evidence of the southpaw success Verdi was able to enjoy. It's a really quick backhand shot he possesses, dips, crouches, and loops it either straight through the middle or around the corner as he did there. But make no mistake, Lafos Paul produced some exquisite punch picking as well. There's evidence of that same shot from a different angle. So we're seeing a lot of the success for Verdi here. There was a nice right hand turned underneath by Lafos Paul.
Round 2.
So into the second round then. As well as that national championship success, Danny Lafos Paul won the Revolution Cup as he scores with a spearing left hand. And again, he's so committed to his attacks, his Verdi, that if a shot lands, it has a really disruptive effect, completely stopping him in his tracks. And he has to reset and come again. Nice use of the feet to change the angles from Verdi. And then a nice right jab, and the same shot once again. Catching Lafos Paul, he responds with a rapier quick right hand lead of his own. Then he gets to work with his own lead left hand. Boxers of similar statures. Of course, they're both at 69 kilograms, but you can get such a variety of statures and physiques within each weight division. These guys, very similar indeed, but completely different approaches to their work. Southpaw left is a nice shot from Verdi once again. Counter right hand from Lafos Paul did get through on the second occasion. So Lafos Paul adopting a wide-legged stance now, flat-footed, just skimming around the perimeter of the ring. Looking to counter using his reflexes. Felt his back touch the ropes, leaned back over the top strand, came back with a right hand. And then made Verdi miss, the left hand shooting over his shoulder while he comes back with a right hand once again. Single shot successes in repeated fashion for Lafos Paul. He's making the southpaw left, which was effective in the opening round. Increasingly now, it's as though he's got the timing of it and it's going over his shoulder through this portion of the second round. Uppercut attempted to the body was blocked by Verdi. He gets back on the front foot, but he's fed a left jab as he goes in, and another one. He's looking for that sneaky, rapier, quick left hand once again. But the rapid-fire shot was off the mark. So good work in the pocket once more from the man in red. Seen him bend at the knees, dip at the knees and bend at the waist, and he just employed a step back, and is another point-scoring right cross once again. Then a right-left combination. Verdi comes forward, got through with a good left hand during that cluster. And again, you see when Verdi triggers his attack just as he's looking to commit with a shot from either flank, as we see another beautiful defensive maneuver from Lafos Paul while he's continuing to dart out the left jab. Those shots, those single shots, have such a disruptive effect because invariably they're making Verdi fall short. Just catching the man as he's coming in, measuring him magnificently during the course of that second round. A very good round indeed. After a strong start from Verdi to round two, it was Lafos Paul who just got the measure of his man and increased his dominance, asserting his control as that round progressed. Verdi, though, still bustling forwards, looking for his own successes, but he was being timed impeccably by Lafos Paul the majority of round number two.
Seconds out, please. Third round.
So with 36 boxers contesting this most populous weight division here at Kielce 2021, as Lafos Paul lands with another right hand once again, and no seeding, because as mentioned previously, Lafos Paul, as he tucks up tightly and then emerges from that cluster which bounced off his gloves and forearms with a right hand success. Lafos Paul, everybody knows about him on the international scene in youth level boxing, but no seeding in effect. What I was going to suggest, if that seeding was in effect at the youth level, well, he would probably not be boxing in the round of 64, which is where we find ourselves as Verdi lands a cracking left hand over the top. Shots exchange, right hand success from Lafos Paul. It was first and third boxing from him. Verdi, double left hand success as he goes after his man once again. He's perhaps aware that he's trailing in this contest. Again, we're not able to bring you the scores at the ends of round 1 and 2, as is customary in AIBA boxing. But boxers often have a sense more than anybody as to whether a contest is going in their direction. But there's repeated left hand success once more. Good single left hand landed behind a right jab by Verdi. Lafos Paul looking to peck and poke now. And again, catching the man in blue as he's coming in. Midpoint of the third and final round, beautiful right hand bolo shot to the body, followed by a right hand to the head and then another right hand to the head from Lafos Paul, which was countered by a left upstairs. But then the final right hand landed, straight right hand, spoken to by the Moldovan referee was Lafos Paul about it being low. Of course, Kid Gavilan, what a brilliant boxer he was from the fantastic fighting island of Cuba. Famous for the bolo shot. Lafos Paul demonstrating it here in the third and final round. Beautiful right hand once again, followed by a left hand underneath from Lafos Paul. Verdi continuing to compete, looking for his own successes, but the greater volume of success, as neither boxer heeding the command of stop and break. Keen to continue the action, remaining locked in. Oh, beautiful crashing left hand from Verdi. Shots the head back of Lafos Paul. There was an exchange of shots, but the heavier shot most certainly came from the man in blue. But Lafos Paul not losing his concentration, wide-eyed and alert as he remains in the pocket. Hands down by his belt line, but another thunderous left hand brings about a standing count. Lafos Paul, inconvenienced by that, he's saying that he's not shaken up. And just that glance to the corner of Verdi, or the corner where Verdi was instructed to go, he was keen to get back into the fray, but the boxer who has scored the standing count or the knockdown must retreat to the neutral corner. And the left hand, which served Verdi so well in the opening round, was nullified to a large extent in round number 2, but didn't he produce it beautifully in round number 3? So much so that it crashed home on the unguarded chin of Lafos Paul, and it brought about a standing count. But again, we have to reiterate, a knockdown or a standing count won't necessarily result in a 10-8 round, as is the custom in professional boxing. How will the 5 scoring judges see this one?
Winner of bouts number 11 by split decision is red corner.
And it's Lafos Paul,
Daniela.
a split decision victor over Marco Verdi of Mexico. Those two men combining to produce a fantastic contest. And look at that, 29-28 for all 5 scoring judges, 3 of them, crucially, favoring Lafos Paul. Crucial, that is, from Lafos Paul and the Cuban delegation's point of view. But Verdi was in that contest every step of the way, and he prevailed 10-9 in that third and final round, bringing about a standing count to inconvenience the Cuban national champion. But it's he who goes through. 29-28, a 3-2 split. All 5 judges separating the men by just 1 round. A terrific contest to conclude the first day of action here at the Hala Legionov. And again, the ebbs and flows that occur over the course of a contest of 3 3-minute rounds. Because the rapier, quick, rapid-fire left hand out of the southpaw stance of Verdi served him well in the opening round. But then in the second round, it was as though Lafos Paul discovered his timing, but then perhaps did that give him too much confidence because he was standing in front of his man looking to time him in the same fashion in the third and final round, but it was Verdi who made the adjustment and had repeated success, crashing home strong left crosses, and one of them caused the referee from Moldova to intervene and issue a standing count. A terrific contest. The 11th contest of our opening day of competition here brings about a fantastic conclusion to a quite superb opening day of action. So Lafos Pole progresses. And here's confirmation of the results, or here's confirmation of the results of the contest we saw throughout this opening day. We started in the women's 54-kilogram bantamweight division. Then we moved up to women's featherweight, where Poonam produced a terrific display. Right hand, a really notable punch for her. There was action in the women's featherweight and lightweight divisions as well. And we concluded the contest with 5 bantamweight bouts, followed by 2 welterweight bouts. Classy display from the reigning European champion Alexey SHENDRIK to win by unanimous decision. And then Seidel Horta won by unanimous decision in the final bantamweight contest of the day. Dimitrios Maimaitis with a 3-2 split decision winner in the first welterweight bout of day 1. And then what a barn burner we had in the final bout of the afternoon to wrap things up. Thank you for staying with us, and join us again from Kielce for action from day 2 of the Youth World Championships for men and women tomorrow. It just remains for me, Ronald McIntosh, on behalf of the rest of the team, to say thank you for staying with us, and we'll see you again for more action from these championships. Bye for now.